Welcome back, Plush Maniacs, to our latest discussion. It is the first discussion of 2023, and our first since the first reaction to the Mario movie. And now, 1 year later, the Mario movie is out. It is a 5-star movie, but that is not the topic of today's discussion. It is in fact going to be a news roundup of multiple different stories that are going on right now in the plush world. So we'll be discussing these with my co-host, Mr. Evan Reynolds.
Hello, everybody. Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm very happy to be here with you guys today. So we're going to be covering those topics as Mr. McCormick just explained. And it's been almost a year, but we're back with the discussions.
So let's address the elephants in the room. There are
Literally
4 brand new Super Mario Bros. Wonder bootleg plushes that just released yesterday and today. So we'll start with the first 2 that were released yesterday, and that is the Hoppo hippopotamus plush and the Trotten piranha plant. So Mr. Reynolds, you have the photos on your screen right now, so give us the rundown of what these characters look like and all their details.
So first of all, you can see that these are very accurate to like how the games are and stuff. So the detail on them is very amazing. They, again, use that soft fabric is that the bootleggers are known for now. Back then, they used to use like this cheap felt material like for all the bootlegs. But in recent years, like starting in 2018, they started moving on to like the soft fabric. So that also appears on here. And if you take a close look, the nose, the eyes, and like the eyebrows and facial features of the Hoppo are nice and embroidered with the stitching. The plush looks overall pretty good. The stitching, like nothing's coming undone. It pretty much looks like it could be an all-star plush because the bootleggers, again, have gone a lot better. So that was pretty much our first reaction, that they actually made the Hoppo plush. Very cool indeed. Very obscure character to make, of course. So, as you guys are probably wondering about the pricing of him is $16. Or $15.99 to be exact. And there's still, as of now, a lot to buy. And 2 have sold. 2 have sold already, so probably there'll be like hundreds, if not thousands already sold in the future, of course. So yeah, it's a new release. Expect them to appear on many other bootleg sites. And he also stands at a whopping 8 inches, which is pretty nice. Fairly good. Pretty big. So overall, very good plush. Hoppo is a very good one. We'll probably buy him in the future, so stay tuned for the unboxings. We'll probably buy all of these new ones either way. So now let's throw it over to Mr. McCormick.
So it's very, very weird to Mr. McCormick that they chose to make such an obscure enemy right out of the box like Hoppo, because when you think of Mario Brothers Wonder, you of course have the talking plants, which I think would have made more sense to be the first debut into Mario Wonder plushes, because this is the first one to be released. Now, we have seen that Elephant Mario that has been in circulation since July, but that thing was very, very weird, and it was not in mass production, so it was not really a genuine fake plush, you could say, because there was only a couple of pictures of it, and it wasn't being distributed widely. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. So this Hoppo is technically, yes, the first bootleg Mario Brothers Wonder plush. And it's very weird how they chose to make this character first compared to the talking flowers or the characters which we'll get onto later that were revealed later on before this Hoppo was released. So as Mr. Reynolds was saying, it looks very, very good. 8 inches tall, nice colors, nice stitching. It looks nice and embroidered from what I can tell. And it is a very obscure enemy. We, of course, do not have Mario Brothers Wonder yet in any of our hands, but hopefully this character plays a big part. And if it does play a big part, we will definitely order that plush in the future, so that is definitely a nice character to have in the collection for 2024. So Hoppo, very, very nice. Also a very weird choice to start off the Mario Bros. Wonder line, but hopefully he plays a big role in the game, and he'll have many uses for us in future Mario Plush series episodes. So, Mr. Reynolds, let's hear the next one that was announced.
So, a couple of seconds after that listing popped up, of the Hoppo, of course, now we move on to a character that is mainly known in the 2D side-scrolling Mario games, the Trottin Piranha Plant. Of course, that is the one with legs. It is the one with legs, of course, the one that like stands up and is very short, that Piranha Plant. So now that is a plush, so you can see Trottin Piranha Plant is its name on the listing. And that is the second Mario Wonder plush to make its debut. So let's get onto it. So you can see, of course, this is a standing Piranha Plant. The Piranha Plant looks overall very good, very nice and accurate. The embroidering, once again, is very nice, well done, well stitched. The white spots on his face are nicely embroidered with like that ring around them, of course, that white outer embroidery. Fairly nice detail. Everything else is stitched up pretty well. Of course, it has the bootleg tag where it's all in Japanese. That's been a trend with the new bootlegs. They stopped using like the SNES Super Mario Bros. Series Japan tag and moved on to like a Japanese translated one. So along with that, he has an open mouth, of course. The teeth detail looks very nice on this one. His face is like weird because it's not like round. It's like more pointy on the edges for some reason. Like it's kind of hard to explain. The shape and sculpture is a little different of it, but of course the main thing is that the big mouth. It has a big mouth, of course, that's like split in half, like how it's opening like a normal Piranha Plant, and it stands at 10 inches, so almost as tall as the All-Star Rosalina plush if you want that for reference. So overall it looks pretty tall, of course, 10 inches. And of course the large stem that leads into the legs, in the body, and the pedals, of course, so that one walks around in the games, and in Super Mario Wonder, of course, so that is a a pretty good thing about it. So the price for this one is only $12, or basically rounding it up to $13. Free shipping, of course, so it's a fairly good deal for this one. So overall, again, pretty good plush. Something that's more well known than a Hoppo, so now let's listen on to Mr. McCormick's thoughts.
The first thing that I have to say, and it is a correction to Mr. Reynolds' statement, as he said that these plants were in a lot of games, but I think he is being confused with the Poochy plants, which are the ones with the short little stubs that don't have any arms that extend their neck and walk around all fun. Like in the Riverside Park in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Booster Course Pass, the Poochys are in that one. They're also very prominent in the new Super Mario Bros. Games.
So it's basically the same thing like that, but without the leaves, right?
So yes, the Poochy is basically a Trottin Piranha Plant, except the Poochy has no arms, which I think makes it look even more hilarious, especially in Mario Kart 8. And Poochys are also the ones that blow the spike balls in the air. And from what we've seen in the Mario Bros. Wonder trailer, I do not think these Trottin Piranha Plants are capable of doing that. So that is another thing to distinguish the two breed of plants. So that is just a correction for Mr. Reynolds' statement earlier. But other than that, this is a very, very nice looking plush. This is one that I immediately wanted to buy as soon as I saw it. 10 inches tall, that's a very, very nice size. About the same size as the Rosalina plush. And it looks very, very detailed. All the spots look very, very similar to the All-Star Piranha Plant. And now that Mr. Reynolds is showing me the close-up of the leaves look nice and soft. Each of the little details is indicated with a nice, neat thread stitch, which looks wonderful, with the pun intended. So that is a very, very nice looking Mario Brothers Wonder bootleg. And it doesn't really have to be related to Mario Brothers Wonder for a Mario fan to like it, because it does look like a general Piranha Plant. And that you do not have to know Super Mario Bros. Wonder, you do not have to play Super Mario Bros. Wonder to recognize that that is a Piranha Plant. And it is a very nice looking plush. So if you're following along with this discussion on the photos or on your own tabs, we are currently covering the Poochy, but now we're going to move on to the stars of the show, which is the Elephant Mario and Elephant Luigi, the main stars of this newest wave of Mario Bros. Wonder bootleg plushes. So, Mr. Reynolds.
So, first of all, it was about like 2 days later after the Trottin and Hoppo made their appearance. So, fast forward to the other 2 days. Now, the bootleggers have released an Elephant Mario and an Elephant Luigi, of course based off of Super Mario Wonder, the main and biggest new power-up that everybody knows about the game so far. So, let's get into the Mario, of course. So again, we were blown away. We wanted to buy them right away. because the detail on this one is very amazing. Of course, you can notice already that the pattern on this one looks very good, and it's based off of Elephant Mario. It's not taken like from an all-star sculpting or anything. This is a totally new form that the bootleggers just completely mastered, because it does not look off and it looks pretty much accurate. So you can see here, of course, he is at a whopping 11 inches tall, same height as the all-star Rosalina. So if you're expecting him to be like larger than everybody else, he's just the same height as Rosalina, so don't expect him to be that big. But overall, this one's still very surprising. He is $16, and 7 of him have sold already, so it looks like this one's gonna be a very popular bootleg already, because it's been like 1 day since he just got released. So you can see the big ears that he has, the big elephant ears. That detail is very nice, with like that nice salmon fabric color inside of them, and then the rest of the gray skin color for the elephant. And it looks like his nostrils are nice and embroidered. The trunk is also very nice and big. Very good, very good. The stitching, of course, is exquisite. The overalls on him are very good. The shirt on him is, the red shirt, of course, is very good. The detail, again, awesome. He still has his gloves. In the back side of him, the hat looks really good. The detail on it, everything is very good. The cutout formations and everything, all that stuff. And then now the tail. So the tail looks very good, of course. So everything about this one's very good. It looks like he won't like tear or anything, because the bootleggers are getting, of course, a lot better. And then looking from the side view of him looks very good. So you can get a better view of, if you're like following along with us on your own listing or photos of him. The side view, his trunk like spreads out and it goes down like a slide almost. Sorry, excuse me. So that's a very good detail. Again, he's $16. So if you want to buy him, go ahead. Very good price for this one.
So, of course, Elephant Mario is on the cover of Super Mario Bros. Wonder, the biggest new power-up in the game. This one will undoubtedly sell very well with the base, because this game is going to sell very well with the base, as all mainline Marios, both 3-dimensional and 2-dimensional, have sold in the past. New Super Mario Bros. U and Mario Odyssey have both been over 10 million sellers on the Nintendo Switch, so this one should have no trouble whatsoever reaching that 10 million mark, which means that this plush may be a popular Christmas gift this holiday. But hopefully us here at the network are able to get our hands on it before then and provide you with our trademark unboxings and reviews of all of these bootlegs. Hopefully we can get them. We haven't been able to secure them yet, but fingers crossed that we're able to get at least the 2 elephants, because those are the 2 most important ones for a potential video relating to Mario Brothers Wonder. So $16, pretty good deal for this Mario. Looks very good, and with all the details, it looks just like a Sine plush. Hopefully Sine, even better, will make a plush, because Sine is known for having the best quality in Mario plushes that is in all companies. So right now these bootlegs will have to do, but our wish is that Sine eventually comes through and pulls through for us and makes an official Elephant Mario. But until then, we're going to have to settle for these beautiful looking bootlegs. And of course, let's move on to the Luigi, Mr. Reynolds.
So again, right after that Mario popped up, Luigi popped up like around the same time period. So who knows, we might get even more Mario Wonder bootlegs, as Mr. McCormick said. And we hope for today to make more Mario plushes, because they have just been slacking. There hasn't been a single new release this year. So anyway, on to it. With the Elephant Luigi, there is not that much to say about it, because it is the exact same as Elephant Mario. Good detail, same exact mustache and facial features and everything. The only difference is that the hat and the shirt are green, of course, and the overalls are also darker, like a dark navy blue, to the point where it looks almost black. So that's a very good detail. They just didn't completely do Elephant Mario but just painted it green and did all that. They actually added like the real Luigi details in here, so that is also a good detail. So pretty much the same thing, except it is Luigi. He also stands at the same height, and he is also the same price as the Mario. So again, the exact same thing, same height, same price, same structure. It's just that he has a hat with the letter L that is green, and of course the green shirt. So looking at him, there's not too much of a difference, pretty much. Very good detail. And the dark navy blue overalls, of course, that are darker. So overall, again, very good plush. We hope to buy it in the future. And who knows, maybe even while making this, there might be a new bootleg to appear soon, because the bootleggers have just been on it with making new bootlegs. Like, there's been new All-Star Babies and all that stuff, so that's pretty cool.
So, yep, Elephant Luigi looks just as good as Elephant Mario. I wouldn't be surprised if in the coming week they will release a brand new Elephant Peach, maybe Elephant Daisy, Elephant Toad, Toadette.
Bubble Mario?
They could do the bubbles because those are easy. They already have the mold for Fire Mario and Fire Peach, so it wouldn't be too much extra trouble for them to color in the white part of those fire power-ups to give us that bubble power-up. That is a very, very nice looking suit. There could also be Bubble Daisy. They could also be making Screw Mario, Screw Luigi, Screw Peach, Screw Toad, Fire Daisy. They could always do that because we obviously have the design now. So make sure to stay on the lookout for our Mario Plush Network Instagram page, because that's where we deliver the news first before any of our YouTube Plush Maniacs find that out, because we always post on Instagram first. So make sure to give us a follow in the link in the description below, and also follow the official Mario Plush Network X account. So that about wraps up the Mario Brothers Wonder bootlegs. Today we have the Hoppo Hippopotamus, the Trotton Piranha Plant, the Elephant Mario and Luigi, and of course we're gonna move on to a couple more other topics. But Mr. Reynolds, your final thoughts on these 4 bootlegs? Which one's your favorite? Who do you think could be made next?
So, basically, I think all of them are pretty good. My favorite ones have to be the elephants, and then probably Hoppo, because we already have a lot of piranha plants, but we've never seen a Hoppo, so he is a very interesting choice, as Mr. McCormick said. So, I would like to say that Hoppo is probably one of my favorites, along with the elephants. I like all of them, but the elephants are probably the best, as they are the most popular variants so far in Wonder, even before the game is coming out, so that's pretty cool. And I also like to point out that the bootleggers have just been making new bootlegs like every single month, so we could, like Mr. McCormick said, expect some new Wonder bootlegs, but we could probably also expect just more bootlegs in general from different games. Mario Kart Tour is ending their long run of updates, so maybe that'll catch their attention and make some Mario Kart Tour bootlegs, just saying, because anything is basically possible now with what the bootleggers have been doing. And we just want to point out here is that Insta Daily is the one that posts the bootlegs first, meaning like they're the ones that make all the announcements, of course, so just to get that out of the way. So overall, I think we could expect like a Bubble Mario, Bubble Daisy, of course, Fire Daisy. I would want to see a Fire Daisy because they've already made a sculpt of the All-Star Bootleg Daisy. So why not just take that one and turn it into a fire one, because that would be a pretty easy thing to do.
And now that you mentioned RPG bootlegs, since they already have Dark Bowser, which is from the RPG games, they have Cracker Jack Bowser, which you're gonna comment on shortly. I also think that they could make bootlegs for the upcoming Mario RPG for the Geno and the Mallow, since those characters are very, very popular with the base. So I think those would sell very well. I wouldn't be surprised if those get made in the future. But Mr. Reynolds, don't you have something to say about Cracker Jack Bowser?
Oh yeah, the Cracker Jack Bowser, so aka Cackletta Bowser. So a funny thing to point out is that the Cackletta Bowser has been out for like 4 years now, I should say. So recently I noticed that a new listing of the Crackle Jack Bowser, however you pronounce it, released from the bootleggers. And we noticed that the green on its skin is darker, the fur color is not that tan yellow anymore, it's a darker yellow. But the thing to point out is that the listings aren't called Cackletta Bowser anymore. They changed the name from Cackletta Bowser to Female Bowser. So if you want to buy a Cackletta Bowser, for whatever reason, they completely changed the name of Cackletta, the bootleggers did, to Female Bowser. So that is a pretty neat thing about it, or a pretty strange thing. Why would they change the name? But they did revamp the Cackletta Bowser because his colors are a lot darker now. So if you have a Cackletta Bowser, recommend you buy a new one because it's kind of weird that they're revamping some of the old bootlegs from even 4 years ago now.
So that's it for that short news update. Now we have another topic to get on, and that is that the All-Star Power-Ups are now appearing in stores. So it's been over 2 years since the All-Star Power-Ups released in the summer of 2021. Excuse me. And they've been mostly on Amazon Japan ever since their launch. Ever since their launch in 2021. And we are finally starting to see evidence that they are appearing in stores, and specifically the Target stores. The Target stores have been carrying these All-Star Power-Ups, and we have seen a ton of evidence that suggests that, and even first-hand evidence ourselves, because we have gone there a couple times. No, we have gone there a couple times too, to see to check the plushes. Excuse me. To check the plushes at Target, and we have seen the item plushes are there at Target. My apologies for that little hiccup there, but as I was saying, we have been to Target several times over the past few days, and yes, we have seen both the All-Star 1-Up Mushroom as well as the All-Star Fire Flower, so we can confirm firsthand that the All-Star Power-Ups are now starting to be distributed in North America, in stores, in big box retailers such as Target. We have not seen the Power-Ups in any other retailer yet, it's just Target. So if you live in the United States of America, then check your local Target stores as of this recording to check for the All-Star Power Plushes. We have only seen the 1-Up and the Fire Flower. We have not seen the Super Mushroom or the Superstar yet, but we'll definitely update you all once we do see that. But we do have first-hand confirmation from our sources here at Mario Plus Network. The All-Star Power-Ups are in stores, and we have also seen some evidence from our Plushomaniacs across the country that have seen the Power-Ups in stores. So we just wanted to update you with that, Mr. Reynolds, if you have any comment about that.
So I'd like to say, first of all, it's just not the All-Star Power-Ups, because I've noticed at our local stores, and of course our Plushomaniacs out there, we have noticed that there have been, Target's been starting to put out like some new variants of everybody. Like we're starting to see All-Star Spiny pop up. We've started seeing like more variants of like other Nintendo characters as well. And there's just overall been a lot of new plushes popping up at Target. So that's just one thing I wanted to add about it.
So here's a question that I wanted to ask is, does this North American release of the All-Star Power-Ups mean that the All-Star Koopalings are coming soon? Because we over here have not seen any first-hand confirmation of that yet, because we have not seen any of the Koopalings in stores. And if we have seen them a couple years ago, they of course were the original 2014 ones. So I do think that it is highly likely that the Koopalings will be released in stores in the coming months, because they only released one short month after the Power-Ups initially released back in June of 2021. And of course we have our very popular unboxing of the Koopalings and the Power-Ups if you want to check all those out from 2 years ago. So now we're moving on to the final topic, which is a much shorter topic, but it is something that I felt like I wanted to discuss on this discussion. And it is a very, very weird occurrence that I never anticipated would happen. And we spotted a very, very weird and obscure All-Star plush in a retail store. Now this character is somebody that I never thought that we would see in a store, especially in our small area that we're in. But yes, we have seen it. We have first-hand confirmation. We have a photograph, and I actually purchased the plush that I saw that I never thought that I would see here at a store. And that plush is the All-Star Poochy plush. Yes, we saw the All-Star Poochy plush in a retail store for the first time ever. And that store was the Walgreens pharmacy of all places. So we never thought that Poochy would be there, but yes, he was. I snatched him up right away. That is my third Poochy plush. I'm going to keep the tags on him, and he's going to stay my brand new mint Poochy plush. So I was just overwhelmed with excitement and curiosity just to know that this obscure character was released at a very obscure place like Walgreens. Because you'd think if they were going to release this character, they would do it somewhere familiar like Walmart or Target or GameStop or somewhere familiar. But yes, we have only seen Poochy for the first time at Walgreens. We have not seen him anywhere else. And if any of you Plushomaniacs have seen Poochy or anybody else at a store before, make sure to leave your comments down below because we'd love to hear what is being circulated out there in the local markets. So that was about our final topic. We just discovered Poochy in Walgreens. We bought him right away. Very, very weird story for you. So there's that. There's the release of the All-Star Power-Ups at Target stores in North America. And of course, the brand new 4 Super Mario Bros. Wonder bootlegs. So make sure to stay tuned to all of our networks. Make sure to stay tuned to our community tab where we'll post updates there as well. But mostly our Instagram and X pages where we update you on everything else. And make sure to join our Mario Discord server in the description below. And make sure to leave a like on your way out. So Mr. Reynolds, thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you.
So make sure to leave all your thoughts on all the topics we discussed here in this discussion in the comments down below. We'd of course love to hear and respond to everything that you all have to say. So thank you very much. We'll see you in the next one. Have a good night. Goodbye.